What up, everybody? It's Wednesday night. You probably can hear in the background Shinsuke Nakamura's music. I got a text just a couple minutes ago from a friend of mine. He said a bunch of new firings have just come down the wire. They're probably not even really getting processed right now, or YouTube videos being made. I'll probably be one of the first. But a bunch more people have been fired from WWE. Some you know, some you won't, depending on how you follow the product. Some of these are shocking because some of these people have just a few months ago have been signed, maybe a year ago have been signed. Some of these people were the last group of signees to NXT. They were in the same group as whatever Johnny Nitro's wife, I can't think of her name right now, that group. So I'll just get into it. I was also informed Jacy Jayne, who was recently signed, I don't know, a few months ago to NXT. She had been used in bits on TV for NXT. She was in Raw Underground, got her butt kicked a few times. She was used in entrances for Fandango, Breezango, or whatever. Jacy Jayne, a.k.a. Avery Taylor. Now, this one isn't confirmed, but I was told she had just posted a bunch of broken hearts around the same time this news dropped. And she had, like I said, was one of these people that had just recently been signed. She's littered all over my channel and videos. She was the women's ACW champion off and on for 2 years solid. She only lost once to Natalie Konakova. Did I say her name right? And that was right here at my mall. But she won it back, I believe, at a Evolve show in New York a month later. So that one's not proven, but it probably is that she's fired too. Referee Stephen Smith has been fired. Harvey Sterling, I think he was just starting to get on NXT house shows before COVID. I think I saw him 2-3 times. I had to Google him to figure out who he was, and I see he's on current NXT product. A picture of him was, anyway, of him having his arm raised, because you can see the chain link fence and people wearing masks, so that was sometime currently he was on NXT TV. Ari Smith is gone. Kona Reeves, long time. He might have been the longest dude in NXT. He was a heat magnet. He could wrestle. Everybody loved to hate him. I think his only knock on him was that he kind of looked like a young Rock, so I don't know if that's a bad thing. They just hired a guy that looks like a young Brock. So I don't know. But in one of my other previous firing videos, I mean, it's kind of, if you've been there a while and you haven't been called up, there's a reason for it. You were signed from another company, a bigger name company, just to be there on their payroll and not much else. Or they signed you for developmental and they just nothing you had to, offer ever grew on anybody. So I think Kona will bounce around somewhere, be picked up. I mean, WWE's released 60 people so far. I mean, there are places to wrestle. The world is opened back up. But our governments are doing the best to shut them down. People will find jobs. Are they going to find them right away? I don't know. Now, what is it? Zachariah Smith is a NXT guy. I think he was one of the last recent signings. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle in person, but I haven't been to an NXT show since June 2020. So, Giant Zangier, I know I've never seen this guy. I had to look it up. But I remember him. He's probably one of the last NXT recent signings as well. He was a student trained by the great Khali, and that's how I kind of remember him. Asher Hale, a.k.a. Anthony Henry, who they had just recently signed a few months ago. Great wrestler here. Florida indie stalwart of Florida. Wrestled for Evolve and FIP. He didn't get signed when Evolve was consumed by the WWE, but he did about 8 months later. Great wrestler, but he's not very tall, so that maybe was his thing. Especially, it seems like they're just firing everyone from 205 Live, so they don't need somebody like that anymore. He's a great wrestler, though. It'll be great to see him back on the scene. Jake Atlas, he just showed up in NXT like a year ago. He's even got a basic figure on the shelves right now in stores. Fired. Jake Atlas, gone. Mercedes Martinez, who they stole away from AEW because they hadn't signed her to a deal yet. She went to NXT. She had some success. I mean, she challenged for the championship, I believe, at least once. She was supposed to be in Retribution. She was, but she got herself out of it. Maybe that was the X against her. But the fact is, I think she's like 36. So, I mean, they signed her to sign her away from AEW. That's pretty much it. And obviously, now that rub or shine is gone, and they don't feel the need to pay for her. And they're probably not too worried she's going to show up in AEW at this point. Tyler Rust, I think I forgot to Google this guy. It's probably somebody that's had their name changed, and I just don't remember. Or it's probably one of these last signees that they signed, and now they're fired. Leon Ruff, he was one of those Evolve guys that did get contracts after the WWE absorbed Evolve. They even made him the American NXT champion or whatever, North American champion. My take on him, though, was he was small, he was scrawny, but I mean, they liked him enough at one point to put a belt on him. So, I don't know. And these two were a little... Bronson Reed is fired. Bronson Reed supposedly has been rumored to be called up any day now to Raw. And he had just started in the company just before COVID, so he's been with them for about a year. I thought they were high on him. That's all I ever hear. If you ever get a compliment in the WWE, be afraid, because it's not what you think it is, apparently. So Bronson Reed is gone. What was his name? Jonah Rock, I believe, in Australia. Bobby Fish has been fired. Now, I don't know what to think of this. But maybe it's very telling with Adam's Cole contract ending at the end of the month and him rumored to be going to AEW. It came out today he was offered a contract. So maybe they're just going to get rid of all the EU. Because obviously the EU, as popular and over as they are, they're apparently not over and popular with the hires up in the WWE. They were signed in 2017, all of those guys, from Ring of Honor, when WWE went in there and just pillaged the roster. Bobby Fish put in the work. But obviously he's another short dude that they don't want to have around. So if Adam's leaving and Bobby's fired, Kyle O'Reilly, you better look out, I guess. After SummerSlam, you're probably gone. And Cedric Alexander, you're probably gone. Or no, Cedric Strong. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this. But those are the recent cuts. And the link that was given to me made it sound like more were on the way, which wouldn't shock me. I mean, I don't know what's going on in WWE land, to tell you the truth. They've made more money in the last year than they've probably made in their entire history, and they're firing people left and right. And they've got all these shows that they need wrestlers on, unless 205 Live is dead. What's the other one? Main Event? No, not Main Event. I don't know, and I don't care to think about it. I barely watch WWE anymore. I got SmackDown on right now that I'm not even watching because it was in Tampa tonight. But a lot of these guys, I'm shocked they weren't around long enough just so the WWE could make figures out of them, because I've been saying that for a while now too. They're basically signing people just to have figures made of them, and then shockingly, a lot of them get fired right after their figure comes out. So I don't know. I was going to upload another video from AEW the other night, but I guess I'm doing this now at the drop of the hat. Thanks to Jason for sending me the info on this, so I can get probably be one of the first people to get the video going. So that was the latest round of firings. Let's see. Oh, and also Pete Dunne's contract is coming up, ending soon, and that's another guy that their contract's up and they haven't offered them a deal, or they're so gone in their own heads and stupid that they don't even realize his contract's being up. That's another guy. Boy, would that be great if he was in AEW. But I mean, I don't know what they're getting paid in NXT. I doubt he was getting over $100,000 a year. Maybe he was, but it wouldn't have been much more than that. I mean, as long as AEW doesn't go crazy and they can sign Pete Dunne and an Adam Cole and still get a Bray Wyatt, it's a hell of a freaking roster, man. So anyways, I'm not going to keep ranting. I'm at 10 minutes here. Those are the recent firings. I will be on top of it if any more are coming down the line, which they probably will, but I'll let you know. So any of your favorites get fired, let me know in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future content. And subscribe to the channel. Share, share, share. And I will see you in the next one. I believe I have a show on Saturday night. First responder show in a new location. Because ACW recently ran into some problems, but we should be okay after that, going back to the event center. And I think that's all I got lined up for now. Anyways, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like I said, comment, tell me what you think. Mad Viking out.